Don't know if you can tell, but we have made it back to the boat.
After a month of being away, so we're really excited to see her.
Really excited. Came last night real quick to drop off some stuff. So our van is completely full of stuff. Like completely. Imagine this plus 2 massive solar panels, and then we have these 2 dock carts of stuff. And that's all the stuff we brought to work on it. Also stuff that is staying here. So let's go see it and take this crap.
I'm Ashley and this is Colin. We work 9-to-5 jobs and travel every chance we get. In 2020, we bought an old van and converted it to continue traveling around the US when the world shut down. At the start of 2021, we decided we wanted to explore more of the sea. So we started a business and converted as many vans as we could until finally being able to afford our first boat. Come along with us as we start this new journey.
That's all I see.
Might be a little extra with this hat, I don't know. So you might not have noticed, but we have been away from the boat for about 1 month. The location of the boat and the weather, as you can see, is frozen over completely here, has been stopping us from coming out. This whole trip today, or this week, we're going to focus on just one thing, and that is going to be the bottom of the boat. Because the bottom of the boat we have to complete before we can get in the water, and there's a lot to do. Our first time up to the boat, in our last previous videos, we tried to strip the paint from the bottom because in this yard you're not allowed to sand. You can sand if you have a dustless sander, and at the time we did not have one or even have a way to do that, so we decided we wanted to strip it. We got probably about 1/4 of the way done on the boat, and we realized that the stripper wasn't even taking off the first layer completely, and we realized that wasn't going to work at all. So we stopped using the paint stripper and we washed the boat, and we even applied vinegar to stop the stripper from doing its thing, I guess you could say. So that was a huge fail. Time around, we are going to try to sand the boat. And we're trying to get just a smooth finish on it. We're not going to sand it all the way down to the first layer because that's not what we're trying to do. There's a bunch of spots where the last paint that was applied is chipping off because they didn't clean it well or they didn't prep it well. I don't know. So we are just trying to get that layer off so we can apply our own paint to the bottom. Also, while the boat is out of the water, we want to put some underwater lights on it, and it needs some work to the keel and the rudder. From our survey, we know that the rudder was filled with water. So the last time we were here, we drilled a hole in the rudder to try to get it to drain out. We just looked at it now, and it's still draining, still pretty full of water. And then the keel needs some new caulking. The bonding caulking to it is coming apart, so we need to take all of that off and do that. So we're hoping to accomplish all of that this trip, but I don't think it's going to be possible, but we will see. And let's get to work.
So our dustless sander is essentially the sander with this friction fitted in there, and then it goes back along this 25-foot hose to the shop vac. So we'll see how well it works. It worked pretty good at home, testing it out, but we have a lot more boat to do than the little projects at home. So we'll see how long it lasts before that filter gets clogged.
the major crack that we know was letting in water because it was seeping the first time we came. And then here is our hole. Still dripping water. And you can kind of see that there is water inside of it. We are also doing something a little different this trip. We got some feedback on our first few vlogs of this boat, and we realized that, especially me, Colin has a steady hand. I do not. My hand is always like this. So we're trying to steady our videos a little more, so we're filming on a GoPro this time. So not sure how the sound is going to be, but hopefully it's up to par and this works out and we'll film more this way.
We are hitting a wall on being tired for sanding for the day. It's been a long day. Some of the discoveries we found, there are a couple old patches where some blisters were before. Not too many, not a lot at all. But when we started sanding and scraping, they kind of came off. It looks like the epoxy that they used to hold it didn't hold up very long, so we're gonna be fixing those. Just a couple here and there. Here's a deeper one.
It's only this side of the boat.
Yeah, there's nothing on the other side that we found. And then I think there was a through hole here before, and they patched it. But essentially, you can see a square. There was a square. What's happening as I sand, a big chunk of paint will come off. It looks like whenever they did that paint job, they didn't really sand it or clean it up or anything before that, and the paint is just holding on with all its little might, and then when you get a sander on it, it just comes right off. So we are doing this side's not really done. You can tell, hasn't been sanded at all. You can tell this side, we are sanding all the way down to all the way down to gel coat where it's needed, and then the rest of it we're attacking with 80 grit. So, and then we're gonna come and do that probably another 2 times. Ashley forgets how big this boat is until we have to do work on it. So, gonna be painting all this, a couple spots, a couple through holes. Yeah. It's starting to get dark outside. You can't really tell. There's a cart, but we have moved inside the boat to work on it a little bit. One of the projects, this is a new light, but a lot of them are these old compact fluorescents, and some of them don't even work. They're compact fluorescent, they're 8 watts each, which isn't bad, but you realize how many of them there are. So I am gonna be trying these out. Each of these are 1.5 watts. What I did is I add 3 of these. They're 1.5 watts each, so that's 4.5 watts total. I'm gonna turn it on real quick so you can see how bright it is compared to one of the regular ones. So, as bright as that one, but not white light. And then it's hard to tell, but it is brighter. You can kind of tell when it's brighter than the compact fluorescents that work. What?
Is it too warm?
No. Ashley's afraid that the light looks too warm, but I think once they're all in here and you're not seeing this white light and then compact fluorescent color, it'll be normal.
No, I'm thinking you like this screen. Oh my god, the floor looks so good, Colin. I think I'm going to do the rest of it because it looks good.